This is Carl at National RV Detroit. I'm going to walk you through this brand new 2022 Torque toy hauler, and the model number is T333. So this is a how-to video. I'm going to show you some of the features and how they work, okay? So you have power stabilizers down here, back and front. Okay, you have a power awning with LED strip, outside speakers, you have power and signal out for a television. This is your fresh water tank fill right here. So the most common way to get water to the trailer is through the city water hookup. If you're camping someplace without a city water hookup, you could pre-fill your fresh water tank and use the onboard pump to pump the water. I'll show you the switch for that when we get inside. This is a black tank flush here. So after you dump your black tank, which is toilet water and waste, after you dump it, you can leave the valve open. You have to leave the dump valve open, and then you can hook the hose onto here, turn it on and spray out your tank, clean off your sensors, that sort of thing. This is your furnace vent here. Let me just get the keys, in case I need them here on the outside. I'll have them with me. Okay. So there's the switch for your front stabilizers. You have a hitch with this one, so it's a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. We'll show you how that operates when you pick up. There's your dump hose there. You have a 3/4 inch crank, and then you have this crank that looks like a cylinder with a slot cut in it. That cylinder with a slot cut in it is actually can be used to crank your stabilizers down manually in case you get into trouble. For example, I'll show you over here. There'll be a shaft with a pin through it. Let's see, right there. So you have a shaft with a pin through it right there, and that'll accommodate that cylinder with a slot cut in it. So you can actually crank it manually if you have an issue. Okay? Now the 3/4 inch crank will work on this. This is your power tongue jack here. Also has a light. But if this was to ever fail, your power tongue jack was to fail, you can pull this rubber plug right off the top, and there's a 3/4 inch hex in there, so you can use that crank or a ratchet or a drill with a socket on it, whatever you want to do, but you can get hitched and unhitched no matter what, even if you have a power failure or some other issue with it. So two ways to get yourself out of trouble, potentially. Okay, so you have two LP tanks with an automatic changeover regulator. You have a deep cycle marine battery right here. Okay. Come around the other side. These loose wires here, that is for your generator prep. This is prep for a generator. So they're not hooked up obviously because you do not have a generator. But it's all prep for it. And that would fit right in here, of course. Okay. This is just a hookup if you wanted to purchase a solar panel kit to charge your battery. This one's made by, it looks like this fitting is from, or this plug is from Go Power. So that's what that's for. Okay, this would be your generator fuel tank here. If you have a gas generator, that would be your fuel tank. Okay, as we walk down, this is the city water connection here. That's the most common way to get water to your trailer, of course. This under here is a quick connect for your coiled sprayer, so you can hose things down. You have your water heater here. Let me see if I can get it over with one hand. Yes. Okay. Let me set this down here. Okay, so this water heater works on both gas and electric. So right now you can see it's empty and it's bypassed because it's winterized. Never run it without water in the tank, so make sure you fill it up when you get ready to use it. Always make sure you fill it before you turn it on. Now this works with an electric heating element. The electric heating element is behind this cover here, and you have this rocker switch here to turn it on and off. Okay, leave it off unless you're going to use it, obviously. But you never want to run this heating element without water in the tank or it'll burn up. So this is the switch to control that. Then it has a gas burner, so if you need faster recovery, let's say you're using the shower, you can get a much faster recovery with the gas burner, so you can kick that on. The switch is inside. I'll show you that when we get inside, okay? That's the service panel for your refrigerator. You don't need to go in there. This is the vent for your range hood. So you can probably see there's a baffle there. You always want that baffle flapping freely if you're venting to the outside. When you're traveling or in storage, you can just snap that baffle shut, but you always want it open and flapping freely if you're going to be venting. Alright, satellite and cable through. You got a 50 amp cord, so we give you the reducers, and to reduce it from 50 to 30 and then 30 to 20 to get yourself out of trouble. Okay, this is the fuel tank for your fuel station. I'm glad I brought the keys. Here we go. Alrighty, so this is your handset here. Okay, and like I said, your filler. The switch should be inside the, oh wait a minute, it's right here. There's a switch here, and there might be one inside too. We'll look when we get inside. There's a lot of times there's both. Okay, your ladder, which makes it easy to inspect the roof. The manufacturer states every 60 to 90 days go up there and inspect your roof to make sure there's no cracking or separation where you see caulk or sealant. Make sure there's no damage to the roofing material or roofing attachments that could be caused by, let's say, low branches or road debris, that sort of thing. You can't see what's happening up there unless somebody looks, so it's important to do it every 60 to 90 days. It should be part of your regular maintenance. Your door, I'm not going to open it right now because I've only got one hand to work with, but we'll open it when you get here. And you can see up there there's a housing. That housing tells us this is pre-wired for a Furrion backup camera kit. If you want to add that, it's pre-wired for that, okay? Alrighty, you have a door for your garage, which is locked, but I'll open it up right now. Okay, so there's your garage. Okay, sorry about the camera work. I know I'm all over the place sometimes. Okay, so in we go. As soon as we get into the right, there's your control panel. You can see that these are just lights here. Your water pump is right here. Remember I told you could pump water out of the fresh water tank if you don't have city water. You use that pump. That pump's also used to winterize the trailer. I showed you the electric switch in the lower left-hand corner of your water heater to turn on the electric heating element. Well, this is where you light the gas burner, and there's your fault light. Okay. Awning light. Your slide room is here. Your power awning is here. Make sure you never leave the power awning out unattended. Always roll it in when you're not going to be at the campsite. And all your levels here. Okay. Above it is your sound system. It has an AM/FM radio. It has Bluetooth. It has a USB drive. Inside and outside speakers. So it has everything you need, and then some. All right. And your remotes are right here for them. Or it, and then your TV, the other one is a remote for your TV, okay? Let's see, where do we go next here? You have theater seating here, and then you have a jackknife here, or maybe it's a fold over, but either way this turns into a bed. This is your carbon monoxide LP gas detector. It should always be green. If it's not green, get it serviced. It's obviously important. Down here is your power converter. So, get that off of there. This converts AC to DC power. So you can see you have regular 110 AC breakers here. Or, yeah, breakers here. And then you have, they're all labeled. Then the power is converted to 12 volt DC on this side. So you have 12 volt fuses and they're all labeled. And this is also a battery tender, so it'll sense how much, when you're plugged in, it'll sense how much energy your battery has up front, and it'll always keep it charged, okay? So it's a distribution panel for AC. It's a converter, converts AC to DC, plus it charges your battery. That's called the power converter. Okay. This is your thermostat. You just hit the mode button to light it up and then pop through the different modes till you get to the one you want. Very simple. Your refrigerator is a gas absorption refrigerator. I mean, it works on AC or 110. It works on AC power or LP gas. Most people will leave the mode on auto like that. The reason you want it on auto is because if it automatically seeks out electricity. If it can't find it, it'll automatically light on gas. Or if you have a power failure where you're sleeping or out adventuring, whatever, it'll sense that and it'll automatically switch and light on gas for you. So that's the most common way to use it right there. The thing to remember about this, when it comes to temperature, this thing here is called a thermistor. I mean, the thermistor is actually inside this clip. It's actually a plastic cylinder on the end of that wire. Well, the higher you go with that, the cooler it gets in the refrigerator. You see there's a sticker there that shows you as you go up, it gets cooler. So this will come right out of the clip if you let it. You can just pull it right out. If that ever happens, you just put it back in the clip and put it back on the fin, and you push it up there as high as you can get it, because generally you're going to want it up all the way. All right. Okay, there's your microwave, your range hood fan and light. We talked about the baffle on the outside. Your range, always travel with this closed, the cover closed. But here's the sparker here. You turn it clockwise. You got 3 burners, or 3 knobs for the 3 burners, and then this one for your oven. And then of course you have some light there. So it just goes like this. It's that simple. When it comes to the oven, it's a little different. It has a pilot light all the way at the back. Okay. Now, you go to the oven knob, you go to the picture of the flame, and then you depress this. You keep it depressed through the lighting procedure. You light the pilot light down here, and after it lights, you hold this for another 10 or 15 seconds to heat up the thermocouple, then you'll go to the operating temperature. When you shut it off, the flame goes out, obviously, but so does the pilot light, so you have to relight the pilot light each time you use the oven. Okay, travel with this closed. Let me put this back here. Keys on the hanging there. Okay, so this white disc with a blue sticker on it with the code. This is something that's pre-wired for. It basically consists of if you were to scan that code, it would take you to a web page which will show you a kit that has an antenna that goes on the roof. There's also a little port up there for it, and then the router box will fit right there. It's like maybe 5 inches each way, 5 inches or at least, or actually maybe it's more like 10 than 5. But anyway, it's a little square box that goes up there. That's your router, and what it does basically is it improves your public Wi-Fi. If your family uses a lot of Wi-Fi, it's a good thing to get because it's going to boost the signal really well from public Wi-Fi. Plus, it cleans it up a bit and that sort of thing. So, if you're interested, you can research it and install it if it's something you might need. Okay. Alrighty. Hopefully, I made sense when I said that. So your sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. This plug here is a GFCI. Always remember that all the plugs in the trailer, including the ones on the outside, are wired to a GFCI. One of the GFCIs in the trailer. When it comes to your vent, you open it here. And of course you got the power right there. So just turn the fan on and off. The toilet is a typical RV toilet, or a travel trailer toilet. You can see it's got a flush pedal there. It sits right over a black tank. You see there's antifreeze in it. It sits right over a black tank. So when you get to the campground, you hook up your power and your water, then you're going to come here, you're going to put a dose of chemical right in the bowl. Then you're going to stand on the pedal and hold it down long enough to put at least a gallon of water in there along with the chemical. And then it's ready to be used. If you don't do that, the smell will be really bad and it can get clogged up. So you never use it dry, always use it with chemical and water, okay? Alrighty. Let me do the bedroom. You have an emergency window here that works like pretty much like they all do. That is your your switches for your pre-wired generator right there. Okay, you have a fan here, a powered vent, which is good. You have TV hookup over here, as you can see, and there's some storage under the bed too. Let's see. So we'll go back into the garage and I'll show you what I can here. So we'll start here. You got a different view of the same bathroom. Okay, another thermostat here. This is your bed lift here. So it's powered. It's a Lippert system. It's the good bed lift. So basically, you have 4 pins here. You can see them laying down there. You're going to put the bed all the way up, and then you'll pin it through these holes here. I don't know if you can see them very well, but we'll go over this with you when you pick up. And so you can pin this top bunk into the top position, right? All the way up. And that way you can slide. You can either have this all the way up and put your 4-wheelers or dirt bikes or whatever you got in here. And if you want to just bring down the seats, you can bring them down and use them as seats and still having all the headroom with the bunk all the way to the top. Or you can bring them both down and you'll have 2 bunks. So there's several different configurations. So we'll talk to you more about that when you pick up. So in case there's something you don't understand. Now also when we bring your garage door down, you'll see it turns into a patio if you choose. It has a screen fence that goes around it also. We'll show you that also. So, okay. And another TV mount back here. And of course you have the vents, you know, for your garage, so you can vent any fumes out. The other one is down here. Okay. Alright, so let me see if I forgot anything here. Let me look around. This is your packet with all your literature in it, of course. Okay, I think I've got it. All your shades just pull down, like so. Okay. Alright, so I think that's it. So I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Oh, one more thing. You got this woofer here, this JBL woofer. I almost forgot about it. And the controller is in here. So you can see right there, you control it from that little thing right there. So that goes with your JBL system, okay? Subwoofer. And your speakers, as you can see, are on the ceiling. Okay, so now once again I want to thank you for purchasing your trailer here at National RV Detroit. Please remember what I said about inspecting the roof. You want to do that every 90 days at least, and that should be part of your regular maintenance. Right now this is winterized, so the antifreeze or the water's been purged from the system with antifreeze. The water heater is bypassed and it's drained empty right now. So make sure that you fill the water heater tank up before you use it. Otherwise you could damage it, okay? Thank you very much.